I'd like to thank the representatives for having me here today. I'd like to make mention of House Resolution 176, which was passed in May, and basically promotes education in the area of long-term care insurance, tax-favored treatment of some sort, and consumer protection, which we need. I've been in the insurance business for 27 years. I've worked in the area of long-term care for 11 years, and I'm approved as a continuing education instructor here in the state for it. And as a matter of fact, at 9:30 tomorrow morning, I'll be giving a class to insurance agents on that. My thesis that I did for my master's, which I'm about halfway through at the American College in Bryn Mawr, really essentially says that we need an omnibus, multifaceted approach to long-term care. It's not just long-term care insurance. I am a professional insurance agent, but that's not the whole answer. Nursing home costs have been addressed often here today. Anecdotally, I would say that my grandmother was in a nursing home for 4 years, died in 1967. The daily cost for that home was $14. My mother was in a nursing home twice and died in 1978, and it was $40 a day. Now, in the year 2023, when I will be 84 years old and stand the possibility of being in a nursing home, if you project current rates, it'll be somewhere around $600 a day. Most people cannot afford that. There's another aspect to this, unpaid caregiving. If you read Age Wave by Ken Dykewald, he mentions the 22 million unpaid caregivers in this country. Figure out how many would be here in Pennsylvania. And that represents about $300 billion if they were paid for the services that they provide. The typical caregiver is a mid-40s female who's also working, and she's having to take care of a mother or father at home. She has the pressures of family. She has the pressures of work. See, the women have been successful now. They've gotten their jobs and their careers going, but they also have their responsibilities at home. And this affects them and their health. Where would we be if we did not have that unpaid caregiving? Life expectancy. We have the second oldest population, I think, post 65 in the country after Florida. Another thing, we can expect, if we think we have an aging population now, wait till the work on genetics takes over, and it is reasonable for those in this room that read on that we will be living to 120, 150 years old. I used to think this was crazy until a couple years ago. Now, for the husbands, this is a problem because now they have the opportunity to forget about 130 wedding anniversaries. But what will we do if we're retiring earlier, as we are nowadays, at 60, 55, and we're going to be in retirement for another, guess how many years? Will we be healthier? That is a good question. Post-65 expense. Long-term care represents 80% of the dollars that are spent for health care post-65. The other 20% is for medical care. So long-term care is $8 out of $10 after age 65. The options to pay for long-term care: savings, family, Medicare, Medicaid, and there are options with all those, but none of them very good. Long-term care insurance seems to be the approach that most people need to take. I took out my policy at age 56 4 years ago, at $140 a day. I have a lifetime benefit. Somebody over here asked what a premium would be. I just turned 60 a couple weeks ago. 5% compounding on that benefit with a 0-day wait. I have a very good plan, but I've seen it within my own family. My grandmother's best friend went in a nursing home at age 73 and died at 103. What is the scenario that we will have as individuals? But I won't have to worry. At age 84, that policy that I have will have an automatic increase to $560 a day. I mentioned that nursing homes will be $600 a day roughly then. I won't have to worry about my situation financially or my children, and I can spend my assets rather than save them for the possibility of home care or nursing home. The premium I pay is $173 a month. Now, that can go up, and when I talk to individuals, I let them know, as somebody mentioned here earlier, that this is a guaranteed renewable policy. With the approval of the insurance department, rates can go up. And I tell people to go in